Hello, my name is Lauren Hook, and I'm a doctoral student at Marymount University. Thank you to the American Education Research Association Review Committee for considering this proposal. We are currently facing an unprecedented national crisis in education. Across the country, we have over 400,000 teaching positions either completely unfilled or occupied by individuals without certification. The K 12 sector currently suffers from the highest burnout rate than any other industry in America, with 44% of teachers reporting that they feel burnt out very often. This mass exodus isn't primarily driven by retirement. In fact, nearly 90% of the annual demand for new teachers comes from educators choosing to exit the classroom prematurely. This revolving door of attrition severely destabilizes our schools and the cost of school districts between 12,000 to 25,000 per departing teacher. To destabilize our educational workforce, we must critically examine the root causes of this burnout and, more importantly, the actionable leadership behaviors that can stop it. Historically, teacher burnout was treated as a personal failing or a lack of individual resilience. However, recent literature overwhelmingly proves that burnout is a socio-contextual syndrome driven by the organizational environment. It manifests through deep emotional exhaustion, clinical depersonalization, and a reduced sense of personal accomplishment. My literature review highlights that the exhaustion is fueled by systemic issues: excessive workload, severe role ambiguity, navigating extreme student behaviors, and the compounding challenges of a high school demanding climate. The impact of this burnout doesn't stop with the teacher. Research demonstrates a phenomenon known as the stress contagion, where an educator's emotional exhaustion actually elevates the psychological stress levels, specifically cortisol, of the elementary students in their classroom. When our teachers are depleted, student academic outcomes and well-being suffers directly. However, the literature also reveals a powerful solution. The school principal acts as the primary climate engineer. When administrators actively utilize relationship-oriented leadership models, specifically transformational, servant, and authentic, they can effectively mitigate these organizational stressors. By blending inspirational vision, genuine transparency, and a service-oriented mindset, leaders replace coercive management and micromanagement with structural and psychological empowerment. While we have extensive theoretical frameworks and quantitative data documenting why teachers leave, my literature review has identified a critical gap. There's a profound lack of qualitative research exploring the specific day-to-day behaviors that leaderships can use to encourage educators to stay. We know that supportive leadership reduces burnout, but traditional leadership models frequently offer no standardized behavioral frameworks to actively combat teacher dissatisfaction on a daily basis. The literature highlights a gap in understanding how localized and highly demanding concepts affect a principal's ability to implement these supportive behaviors and whether current leadership training programs adequately equip administrators with these vital skills. Simply put, we know that behavior theory is at work, but we are missing the actionable daily micro behaviors that school leaders can implement starting today. This identified gap, the absolute necessity for the future qualitative research I am proposing. To bridge the gap between broad leadership theory and daily school operations, we must capture the lived psychological experiences of our current K-12 educators who maintain high morale even in these demanding environments. By interviewing these teachers, the proposed research will organically translate the theoretical framework of transformation, authentic, and servant leadership into concrete, observable behavioral framework. This isn't just research for the sake of academia. It is a critical intervention. Uncovering these specific daily leadership behaviors is essential to rebuilding relational trust, sustaining our educator morale, and protecting the stability of our K-12 workforce. If selected for this conference, my presentation will offer your attendees much more than a review of the attrition problem. It will provide them with a solution-oriented framework. Educational leaders, policymakers, and administrators attending this session will walk away with a deeper understanding of how their daily micro behaviors engineer school climate. It will arm them with actionable insights that they can immediately bring back to their districts to support staff. Thank you for your time and the opportunity to share this vital research with your community. Thank you so much.